Despite the misconception that the world is becoming increasingly connected through social media and other technology, people are actually becoming increasingly lonely, to the point that some have started calling it a global epidemic. In this video, I'm going to give you a 3-step science-backed method to overcome your loneliness that helped me get over mine. The first thing you should do is take a few minutes to dig into your feelings of loneliness and figure out why you feel the way you do. Sit down somewhere quiet with a pen and paper, think about your feelings, and write down anything that comes to mind. The biggest reasons why I've felt lonely off and on over the past several years has been because I didn't really feel like I was a valued part of any groups, and because I never really felt like I had anyone I could talk to, other than my mom, about personal things. Loneliness, which is also called social pain, is a psychological mechanism that's meant to keep you from being isolated from other people. See, as humans evolved, we learned that our chances of survival were better if we stuck together in groups, and worse if we stayed off on our own. So we evolved the feeling of loneliness to motivate us to, well, not be alone. The second step is to prevent yourself from going on a downward spiral of loneliness. Though our brains want us to be social, loneliness can actually prevent us from being social because it also makes our perception of other people more negative. Research has found that people that feel lonely actually perceive faces and other body language more negatively than people who don't feel lonely. Why does this happen? Well, your brain perceives that social pain of loneliness as a threat, and it wants to protect you from threats. This makes your brain more aware of potential dangers, and therefore you start pulling back from other people and even avoiding social contact entirely. So now that you're aware of why you feel lonely and the potential perception shifts that being lonely may cause, the third step is to reach out and connect with some people. This can mean reconnecting with old friends you haven't talked to in a while, going out and finding new friends, or even both. If you decide to reconnect with some people you already know, don't be afraid to be honest about why you haven't talked in a while. I've had several times where I've texted a friend and told them, "Hey, I'm sorry for not talking to you much lately. I've been kind of down." And that honesty was really appreciated. Side note, if that honesty isn't appreciated, then those aren't people that you should be talking to anyway, but that's the subject for another video. You may find yourself in a situation where you don't really have any local friends to reconnect with. That's where I found myself last year. See, all but one of my close friends had graduated before me, gotten jobs out of state, and moved away, which left me feeling kind of sad and alone. If that's where you're at in life, then, well, it's time to start working on making new friends. See, for some reason, a lot of people think that making new friends is kind of difficult, especially as you get older, but it's really not that hard. To do so, think about the kind of people you like to be friends with. That could be people who game, people who play sports, people who talk about brain stuff, and then use sites like Facebook or Meetup.com to find events where those people get together. Then start going to those events and just go up and talk to people you don't know, and you're bound to make some new friends. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. The people that are worth being around don't really care about little slip-ups. Besides, honestly, we're all just trying to do our best. But I believe that we can only really do our best together. We're all unique in our own way, and the world deserves to see what makes you unique. If you don't feel like you have anyone you can talk to and you don't really know how to get started, then please don't hesitate to talk to me. I'll put my links to all my social media down below in the description, and reach out to me anytime. I'd love to talk to you. One of the most common reasons why people don't put themselves out there to meet new people is because they doubt themselves. If you're struggling with self-doubt and you want to hear some science-backed ways of overcoming it, then check out this video right here. Or you can check out a playlist of my scientific self-improvement tips right here. I'll see you in the next one.